Okay, let's start the stream. Today is Thursday. It's 10:48 a.m. It's April 27. This is What's Up, Dave, my morning-ish stream where I say hello to people that I know, basically, just to keep people in the loop what we're doing, what's going on. Let me just update the. What am I trying to update? Let me update the YouTube chat first. Go to this mode. So, what's up, Dave? For Thursday, April 27. Show and tell. Looking at the smoker. Planning the day. Today, maybe design a logo, a new logo. Oops. Delete that. Boink. All right, so I've just updated all the, what's this updating? I think I have this in a long update cycle. Well, hopefully that will update soon. So what am I doing today? I am going to... Oh yes, I just said so. That's why I wrote this down here. Smoker! Let's take a look at this. So I got this smoker. I don't know if you saw yesterday. It's a little bit lighter today because it's not raining. It's still overcast though, so I probably won't be able to use this still. Look at this over here. I'll take a look at this. I cat barfed all over my cables today. Yes, you did. Run. It's still not low enough. So there's the new smoker again. Move the cable so I don't get... Yeah, it's covered. So again, this is the smoking at number 1, which I sort of found online after reading a bunch of reviews. And so it's on casters right now. It's pretty small. And the reason why I got the small one, so the larger one, is because there's these handles on the side so we can pick this thing up and move it. Because I can't keep it on my deck all the time. It has what's called a compression fit door, so there's no gasket. It just fits really tightly. And because of that, there's no gasket to wear out. And inside there are 4 racks. I think these are 12 by 13 inches. So it's not quite long enough to fit a full rack on it, but towards my... Thank you for a tape measure. Oh, here it is. Oh, unreachable. I think these are 12 by 13. Guess it's 13 inches by 12. Yeah, so the inside space is a little bit bigger, so I think I could fit a fairly big chunk of meat on that, though. Use the bottommost rack. Probably put a big turkey in, a smallish turkey in there. So I suppose like if I discover I like these things, then I could sell this one, get a bigger one or something. But there's still stuff in here. I guess there's like foam that needs to come out before I season this. I think I need to build some kind of, what is that? Inside of this thing. Let me see if I can get this in there. Can it look? So in there, you can see the smoke housing, and there's these brackets at the back. I'm not sure what those are for. It's mysterious. So I guess I ought to read up about that. So that's the big, exciting acquisition of the month. Looking forward to getting into this. What I think I'm going to start with is making spare ribs, because that's a favorite of mine. And I've been reading a little bit about all these different ways of smoking things. I guess a smoker works a little bit different from some of the other ones because it's so small. And people apparently don't open it up to add smoke chips or wood chips or do wrapping or any of that stuff. So I'm just going to see how it goes. Like apparently a lot of my friends like on Facebook have smokers as well, so they've been giving me their ideas on what to do. And they all have different approaches, so it'll be interesting to compare all the different techniques. Let's put this back up here. Too many cables. I'll need that later when I do the planning for the day. Excuse me. So what am I doing today? I guess I'm doing this. This is yesterday's task list. And yesterday was actually a pretty busy day. I went to sleep around 9 because I was so tired afterwards. I did something here. Oh, I went to sleep. And I woke up. Then I woke up around 3 a.m. And then I worked for 3 hours revising my website. And specifically the virtual coworking page. Let's take a look at that. Let me take a look at it in the light of day, because I was like half awake, like in bed when I was doing it. Desktop. Maybe I'm so tired. I did go back to sleep afterwards, but maybe that's thrown off my schedule for the day. Oops. Where's Chrome? I don't know if you can hear this. There's a lot of honking noises from outside. I live next to a bird sanctuary. It sounds like a bunch of geese outside. Anyway, davidsay.com, virtual coworking. So I rewrote this page, which was quite a bit longer, not as well laid out. And at the time I'd written it, the whole virtual coworking thing was new. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, this is the I guess the companion chat room for this coworking live stream. The idea for it is to have a place where people like me who are working at home and need someone to talk to and complain to about what their work. Generally, it's a positive place. So we're in here, we're just like talking about what we're working on. You can choose the level of engagement you want. So like the work log room is like people are just posting, ideally what they're working on. So you get this focused stream of, I'm working on this, I did this, I finished that, I did this. It can be very powerful. And then you can acknowledge what people have done by reacting to what they've done and what they've said. And then the accountability forum or chat room is where people are actually keeping track of declaring what their objectives are for the week or for the month. And Roberto is kind of nominally in charge of this. He's just someone in the chat room who wanted to try it. So I said, sure, here's a room. The challenge room is where we're posting, I guess if we're feeling like we need to challenge ourselves to something and do it, the rule of this room is that if pictures or it didn't happen. So here, like I said, that I had made a second pie tart that I talked about a few days ago. And it didn't taste very good because I used store-bought pastry dough. And so I didn't think it was a good idea to eat the whole thing, so I wanted to throw it out, but it seemed like a terrible waste, so I took a picture showing that I threw it out. I still feel kind of bad about that because it looks so pretty. Lyceum is for longer-term discussions about, I guess productivity-related matters or challenges that we're facing, so we don't clutter up the general chat room, which is which things should move fast and not bog down. That's why we have this link dump category where I enforce putting all the links so you don't end up being distracted too much by these giant pictures that show up when people post things. It's just me keeping things clean. And the live stream channels. The thing that's showing up in the chats when I am streaming on this page, you can see the chat rooms here. The reason why I do this is so I can actually be somewhat aware that things are happening or people are saying things if someone does say something. So, I mean, that was like about 3 hours of work this morning. Then I went to sleep again at 6, and is that right? Around 6 or 7, and I woke up around 10. So that's where I was for the day. Do I have an Oxcam plus chat? I do. Good. So here's what we're looking at. Now again. So I actually need to make the new farm for the day. This wired mouse drives me nuts. But I can't have it wireless because of the USB 3 interference with Bluetooth, which makes the mouse responsiveness awful. I'll move this out of the way. You can see I have a low DPI setting on my mouse. So I had to sweep it a lot like this, but it actually keeps my wrists from locking up, so I avoid carpal tunnel. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the Illustrator file for this. Let's open that. Opening up Illustrator. I should move these things up so I can see them better. I'm just moving things around in OBS right now. Webcam plus chat. Webcam plus chat. Display plus chat. This is display. This is Oxcam. This should be called display. This should be go there. Display, webcam. I'm just moving these things around. I should like share this screen so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm moving these things around. So display plus chat, webcam, Oxcam plus chat. They have all these different modes so I can switch to the right thing at the right time. And this should be called display. It started running a document describing this setup for someone in the chat room. Display plus chat, Oxcam plus chat. All right, so this is the view I was on before. So anyway, I have Illustrator running down the corner here. Let me just go back to here. Actually, this is renamed. This is called the wrong. All right, so I want to edit this file. That was weird. And do I want to do anything with this? Yesterday, how did yesterday's go? I still want to redesign this, you know, this block thing, but I don't feel like doing it today. This is actually getting pretty close to the way I want it. This looks like it's not aligned. It's like visually like not as, I guess we'll fix that a little bit. Visual alignment is a big deal with me. So you may be look aligned, but there's a difference between looking aligned and being and seeming aligned. You know, like an example is like where this T is. Here's the blue line. I don't know if you can see this on the screen. It's lined up perfectly, or pretty perfectly, with these orange elements. But the text itself tends to have to be modified a bit so it looks aligned. So example, this T thing here, because I'm lining it on this vertical. And there's kind of an art to it. You have to squint a lot to see. I mean, so like, it's small things like this that a lot of people probably don't notice. You know, but like this kind of stuff drives me nuts. Let's get it just right. Yeah. All right, so we'll print this one out. Then I'll run downstairs and grab it. Make sure you print an actual size, not fit. I occasionally get questions from people in email about how come my, you know, my printout doesn't size to the size it's supposed to be. All right, so that's printing downstairs. This is out of the way. While I'm waiting for that to print, let me pull up the next stage of what I need, which is I wanted to work on that logo. So where would that be? Let's make a new desktop here. And in my Dropbox folder is where I keep all my project work, so it's synced across all my machines. So this would be where? I think it's on davidsay.com online. Probably Discord? That's strange. I'm looking for the... Oh wait, no, this is not what I want. So this is the icon currently for the chat room. There's a new chat room that I added yesterday, which is DS Game. And this is where we're going to talk about all the games and playing, basically. I'm sorry, I had to make a new logo for this. I want to mirror the old DS Cafe one. So in DS Play, we have a general chat. We have cooking, which I just added. And then we have the MMOs, massively multiplayer online games. Not specifically RPG game, MMORPGs, but I guess any variety of games that we might end up playing. You know, from people who are from DS Cafe and other people that I know. They have kind of a place where we're just coordinating with that stuff. So what I'm looking for is, I guess, the DS Play logo, or the DS Cafe logo, which is where? I would have thought it would be in here, but I guess not. Where would I have put it? Possibly, it's in my, one of the graphics things? Nope. Let's see. Well, I don't know where it is. I guess I need to look. It's probably in one of these folders. I would have guessed it would be called, have cafe somewhere in the name. View cafe. Yeah, here we go. Let's look in this folder. And it's in the Slack channel? What? That's a weird place for it. Oh, because I originally made a Slack for this. That's why. I no longer have that, so we're going to move that stuff around. Let's close this. And we're going to move this to, we're going to rename this to, this is DS Cafe logo. And in here we have our DS Gaming logo. And we're going to make a new one, DS Play logo. So I guess it'll be based on one of these. It looks like I have two of them. Let's see what this Pong file. There's the DS, whatever that one is, and what's this one? So just a larger version of it. It looks like these are both created basically on the same day. I guess these are the old ones. Let's take a look at this file. So there's all the layout here, logo, blah, 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 blah. What's the other one? And this file, what's the difference? I don't see a difference. I think I just resaved it. So I'm going to assume that we don't need these anymore. And we make a copy of this. And this is going to be the new DS Play logo. And let's edit that. I said let's edit that. Ugh, we can't do it this way? Alright, so this is a Photoshop file, but it looks like there is a logo set up. And this logo is where? That's that. What I could do is I want to make a variation of this logo based on ellipses. But I guess I should edit this. How? I need to find the original logo for that. But let me plan the day first. So I'm going to go downstairs and grab that printout. Be back in a minute or less. I did do some cleaning in the basement last night, or yesterday, which was good. My objective for the week is to throw out 3 empty boxes from the basement. So I should hit another 15 minutes on that today. All right, so here's the new sheet. Let's fill this sucker out. Did I not write the date on this yesterday? This was April 26th, Wednesday, April 26th. Today is Thursday, April 27th. Yeah. Thursday, April 27th. Let me use that fountain pen. What did I do what did I do with it? Is it down here? This is a broad nib, so it might have been a mistake. So what do I need to do today? First thing is to review and see what I didn't do yesterday. Oh, so we need to do an SSL cert. Durando replacement. It's a programming task. Ooh, that coffee is doing a number on my stomach. I'm not going to do the activity grid or read the paper. I'm going to put just one thing at a time. Then I need to copy all the things I didn't do yesterday here that came to mind. Oh, today I had to do errands. I need to find a check. Then I need to a bank card. Actually, I need to. I'll be right back. That coffee's doing a number on me. All right. That was really old coffee, too. Maybe I should have drank it. So, I was filling out this. Oh, suddenly it's much easier to concentrate. So, and then I need to pick up insulin for the cat. And that means visiting the bank. Deposit check. Also, chore-wise, take out trash. There are mounds of trash here that's really irritating me. So this is all like one set of things to do. And I think I should do it before I do those other things. But anyway, so let's see how much I can do today. So I still need to schedule Duncan. I'm sorry. Still need to schedule Duncan. Jeff is in May. I need to return the GoPro. An interesting thing about this fountain, because it's so goopy, it makes me write differently, which is, I think, one reason I like using fountain pens. It makes me consider what I'm doing when I'm writing. Nest rebate. And it's a little bit more of a challenge to write with this big goopy line. To write in something that's legible. I need to finish video resource list. This is for the explanation of the gear I use for Roger in the chat room. What's this say? Bill for one paper read? Let's see, that's work. Bill, one paper. So there's a bunch of these papers that the researchers have written about using the software that we made for their research. And reading those papers would be a good thing. Oh, I haven't confirmed with M yet. Let's see what's up. Did I not send an email back? I thought I did. Huh. Maybe I didn't. Durandaro Place, May 4th. There's an AV shop, a home theater place nearby me, that sent a super geeky flyer for May the 4th, which is like Star Wars Day. And it was filled with so many geeky references that I need to go to this AV store and just kind of reward them for being geeky. I'm going to rewrite this thing, which is the balance thing. The balance between, the thought this week was I have to balance work, community, personal, and personal biz. Primary care physician hunt is still going on. And then there's a couple things on Saturday. There's a printing thing at the New Hampshire Institute of Art that I might want to see. And then there's also an open house at an artist studio that I might want to look at. Is that bleeding through? Nope. So that's what it looks like today. Right now it's already 11:15, so fill out the rest of this. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this was basically What's Up Dave / chat room. And then, well, we'll see how far we get. So I think one of the things I want to work on just for fun is like now that DS Play logo. So I'm going to transition to that right now. Got this day planned. These are the things I want to do today. The two work things are up at top. And if I can get those done, then the rest of the day I can maybe hit some of the stuff that's on this list. This stuff is not so critical, which is why it's here instead of up there. And by forcing myself to rewrite it every day, it makes me aware that it's lingering on my list. I think the tendency for people who want to-do list systems is they want them to track as much stuff for them as possible. But I find that when you have a system that's tracking stuff for you that doesn't hold you accountable, it just ends up being this garbage bin full of stuff you never do. Like my Trello board. So the actual aggravation of having to rewrite this every day makes me want to get them off the list even more. And I'm forced to revisit them, so I think it's not a bad way of doing it. So let's take a look. Where are we? Back on here. That's done for now. Let's save this file. And let's see. I guess I want to find this original source. Actually, I guess I don't need to. Can I open it up again? I can. That's weird. So let me save this as... oh, weird. Temporary items. DS Play logo. And we'll call this DS, or like DS ball story. Because I have a specific idea what I want to do with this. Let's close that. I thought I had Photoshop open. What happened to it? Oh, there it is. It's on the whole. Oh, sorry, it's on a different screen. So we have this. We're going to replace this logo with something else. But down here, we want to make all this. This is going to be called DS Play now. And let's adjust the spacing for this so it looks a little bit better. Oh, what is why is that so much? Okay. That's a big jolt. Is it this program that does a terrible job of preferences? What I'm looking for is the way of adjusting the spacing between letters. And usually it's like a nudge distance. I keep forgetting if Photoshop doesn't have it and only Illustrator has it. A big pain in the ass. Mason or type. Fonts of display. What's this? Units and ruler, column size, units, presets, cursors, export. What's this? Doesn't not do it. It's like I seem to have to. I try to look this up every year, and I get mad that it doesn't do it. Maybe they added it to some other non-obvious place. Let's look it up. Bear with me. Can we, like, keyboard kerning Photoshop? Use the same keyboard shortcuts. Kerning step value. That's 5, I like 5. Preferences, keyboard increments, key tracking. Okay. Was there I didn't see a keyboard? You see a keyboard thing? I don't see a keyboard increment. You can change under the preference under units and increments. Entering preference under units and increments. Oops. Units and rulers. I do not see this value of which they speak. Sometimes I wonder if anyone in Adobe is. What? I shouldn't complain. Is this even for Photoshop? No. Has anyone else noticed that Google search is continuing to get worse and worse because it's trying to help you by finding things that are not related to your search? I mean, there's a way you can do verbatim, but they don't lie to do this. Change your current using. You can't just. Yeah, it looks like they took it out. Why would they do that? This fills me with rage. Alt Option. See, look, this doesn't have anything to do with Photoshop. I guess it's listed at the bottom here. Why do they hate us? Why? I must be missing it somewhere. Or maybe they've hidden it somewhere, but maybe it goes by 20. Who uses that? It's ridiculous. It's like they don't want people to use this thing. You can just set finer increments in Illustrator. Is they trying to get us to use that more? It's 10. What the hell? Okay, minus 10. It is. So what I'm trying to do is just get this to look a little bit more even though maybe they don't do it because Photoshop's type rendering sucks. Well, I shouldn't complain about it. You know, at that small size, it's probably not going to matter. We'll just go with that. It probably looks fine if it's small, which will be a bit like this size. It's hard to say. So anyway, I need to replace this with some orange things, and I think I'm just going to do something about this wide. And it looks like I don't have that color in there. We'll make, it should be something like this, my standard orange. Oh, come on. So just gonna make these bunch of balls here. This is a starting point. Where is my align tool here? So that's the ball story. Now if I go back to Photoshop, I should be able to replace it. And the best way of doing that would be what? I guess I just want to place it the regular way. I guess I could do it like this. Oops. Undo. be about approximately the same size, so I might do something like this. So that should replace it. It means nothing. That's the logo. What's this thing here? Oh, that slash I think is a different. You see, you have these different effects on top of it. I'm surprised that. Oh, okay. So this is probably. I mean, that's probably fine as a logo. Maybe it could be a little bit bigger just to go to the edges a bit. Yeah, let's do that. Kind of want to put these a little bit closer together. I'm not sure, like, if this is enough of a. What's a good distance? Okay, let's play around with this a little bit. Let's make these balls a little bit bigger. This is referring, like, something I did a long time ago. Some work about the distinction between what makes the difference between just something that's uninteresting in a story. So here's 3. So distribute those. So the idea is that these balls by themselves, this is just 3 dots in a row. But then if you have this, that becomes a story. Not everybody gets it, but then again, actually, let's start with the original ball sizes. Let me set up some guides, just so I don't lose where the edges of that. And let me try this again. So do I need 4 of these dots? It works better with 3, I think. And then if we copy these up here, and then do this. Oops, I should do it on the bottom. Although maybe the story I want here is if we're playing together, then we're really coming together, aren't we? That might be the better visual representation to do. So I think that might be a better idea. Oops, we want to distribute these. So this needs to be aligned with that. And then these these. Oops. Then these, we want to be centered around this. And for distribution, let's make that, looks like 20 pixels apart. Not too much. 10 maybe. Well, what does it look like? I don't know. I don't really like it. It might work better if a bunch of blends. Or maybe if I make this ball bigger. Oops. Then it kind of looks like a... Oh great, I just quit it. That kind of almost looks like a person. That's kind of interesting. Actually, I kind of like the way that's going. So let's look at that again. And how come it's not loading? There it goes. Let's move this down a little bit. How do I move that down, not screw everything up? Well, I guess I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. Move that down 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I could pull this in a little bit too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So kind of starting to look like something. I'll pull these down more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe make this one a little bit bigger too. I kind of want to move this one up now. Or just make it bigger still. That's more like it. Move that one down. This one could be a little bit bigger. Kind of looks like a crown. That's what that looks like. It's a pretty recognizable shape. Maybe these are a little bit too big now. The reason why, the reason why I say that is because, yeah, this is. Let me make that the same size as this. Align that to that. All right, I think that's good enough. All right, so that's our new DS Gaming logo. Save this sucker for the web. Make it 512. Doesn't need transparency. Save that as recent folder. Need its display logo. This logo 512. Oops, that's. Why did that not save correctly? That's weird. This is not saving as Pong. Why is that? Now it says. Oh, it's probably because I clicked that. All right, so there's our new logo for the chat room. I'm not sure if the colors are quite right, but we can always fix that later. So now I just need to go to the chat room itself. Let me close all these windows. going to go to the DS Game chat room and adjust the server settings. Where do I do that? I guess I can share this. So here, server settings, remove, change icon, wrong folder. This is the new one, open. Why is it rounded like that? Is it supposed to do that? And it looks like they changed the way these shapes are working. I should update the other one. Oops, the other one too. So under this server, remove, add, Discord, DS Cafe logo, 512 Pong, done. That's right, they added higher resolution logos. So now we have two kinds. Looks like there's more space there, though, so I should move that up. I mean, it's all right. I think you can tell the difference now. It's dense. The density is a little bit higher, though. That's going to bug me. Ah, well, I'm not going to worry about it. So long as I can see which room I'm in, I'm fine. It should be fine. All right, so that's today's What's Up, Dave. Yeah, I screwed up all my displays. Webcam, display plus webcam. Webcam, webcam. Yeah, all right. So, has that been up the entire time? No, it hasn't. It's only on this page. So, that's today's What's Up, Dave. I'm going to get ready and do these errands and see how that goes. At least I can check one thing off of this list, which is the DS Play logo. Here's something nice about having to deliberately draw things. I just crossed out that item number 7 on that list there. Why does this camera never focus? That's weird. Anyway, so that's the What's Up, Dave, and I will see you later.